You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 128. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
And I'm Jeff Barnard, the Emerald-Clad Hellion.
Which Emerald-Clad Hellion are you referring to?
Isn't it?
Okay.
Which is coming up soon.
Yes.
In this episode.
Yes. So, Comic Reflections is brought to you by Rhymes with Geek. You can find our show, plus plenty of cool podcasts like the all-new Anti-Fanboy, Super Podcasto Magnifico, and Feeded Comics at rhymeswithgeek.com. And if you enjoyed this show, please subscribe to us on either iTunes or Stitcher. So, Jeff's memory is better than mine this week. But yes, we've got some Superman comics, and amongst them we'll have a story with the Rose and the Thorn. That's what you meant, the Emerald-Clad Hellion.
Right.
But our first issue we're going to talk about is Superman number 333, and the story is called Happy New Year, Rest in Peace. Written by Martin Pascoe, penciled by Kurt Swan, and inked by Frank Chiaramonte. And in case you hadn't guessed, it's a Bizarro story.
Yay!
Yay!
I love Bizarro.
Yes.
And in Bizarro speak, we hope you had a bad Thanksgiving.
I mean that in regular speak.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We start off. Let's see at WWMNS. UUMNS. It's W for MNS, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's the joke. All right, we have a Bizarro Mr. Edge, which I have not seen before.
Oh, on Bizarro World, yes, I think that acronym is meaningless on Bizarro World for GBS, the Bizarro version of GBS.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering if there's a joke in there, except for the UU is the only joke I see.
I think it's like, maybe, like, I don't get it.
I just thought it was a double U. It was a joke. I guess that's it.
Oh, well, that could be it too. Who knows? But really, it's...
I love Bizarro, but sometimes it makes my brain hurt.
It could be like, major news station could be the acronym.
Yeah, or W major news station or something. Yeah.
But anyway, it's on Bizarro World. The planet that Superman made for the Bizarros, which is cube-shaped.
Bizarro made it.
Superman made it.
I thought it's Bizarro.
Bizarro couldn't do anything like that. He's too dumb.
Yeah.
You know, that would create, planning something and doing it correctly.
Well, it's a kind of a dumb planet.
Well, yeah, everything is backwards and stupid. So what is it? Anyway, the Bizarro Morgan Edge sends Bizarro number 1 to Earth. Why?
Okay, they have a futuroscope, teletype, and Bizarro Clark has a great story, but Mr. Edge says, "Oh, here, dog bites Bizarro. That's the greatest story ever." It says, I got a bad story. Superman's friends get killed today. And it says, "Oh, since my story not newsworthy, me go to Earth to check it out." "Good idea," says Mr. Edge. "Me so please, me will fire you." I love that kind of stuff. Although it does make my head hurt.
It does because, yeah, and there's an inconsistency in the Bizarro-ness too.
Yeah, well, you couldn't, yeah.
Because you couldn't have a story if it was everything was the direct opposite. But it's enough of opposites or just wonkiness to make it work, and it's fun. So back on Earth 1.
It's the Concorde, but it's not the Concorde. Mm-hmm. But it's it's a supersonic passenger plane.
Yeah,
privately owned by Mr. Edge.
Of course,
he is rich. I don't know if anyone owns in real life owns a faster than sound carrier plane.
I don't know.
Okay, or a passenger plane rather. I'm sure somebody does.
Yeah.
If I was Bill Gates, I would.
That guy, that Australian guy who owns like Virgin Records or whatever, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
But he's kind of an adventurer too. I bet he has stuff like that.
He has a space program.
Does he?
Yeah, and it blew up about a month or two ago. One of them did.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is, but that's what happens.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. That sucks.
Werner von Braun said, when you're launching a rocket, expect an explosion.
And Werner Klemperer said, Hogan!
Yeah.
So, anyway.
It's not a great show, but it's kind of cool that...
What a great Nazi he was.
Well, he was Jewish.
I know.
As was Sergeant Schultz.
Yeah.
And LeBeau has a tattoo from Auschwitz. So, and Klemperer, his father was kicked out of Germany.
Yeah.
And he said that, I'll do your show, but Klink can never win.
Well, sure.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all nicer than the real life Hogan.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll not go there.
Yes, we won't. Yes, we won't. Hey, perfect for Bizarro.
Yes.
So.
All right. So Morgan Edge has this great idea. Let's go have 4 New Year's Eves in one night.
So he's going to travel across the country in a supersonic jet and ring in the New Year as he travel through the time zones.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And for Morgan Edge, that's pretty fun too.
He does think big, and that's something we don't get as much here. And sort of, I don't know. By now, I was alive when the Concorde came, and people were, oh my God, it's going to be so loud, and nobody really noticed when it did land.
Mm.
But I don't know. I thought by now, 30, 40 years later, this would be a common thing.
Mm.
And I thought it would be bases on the moon and Mars, but I don't know. They thought big back then, and they don't think as big.
Well, the technology seemed to be going so rapidly, at such a rapid clip, that they thought, yeah, we're going to have moon bases, we're going to be interstellar travel. Mm-hmm. Nope.
Yeah, I did get cell phones. So I guess
but we did get the movie Concorde 79, starring George Kennedy.
Yeah.
And it's funny, in the airport series of movies, every one of those movies, he's like advanced, like he's gotten a promotion. Mm-hmm. But
I've always liked him. Oh, he's great.
My grandfather met George Kennedy at Denny's one time.
Really? How was he?
Nice, I guess.
Oh, good. All right. So I think it was said that guy was a jerk, but yeah.
Right.
Oh, what's the Paul Newman movie he made? He was so good in
Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke. I think he won an Oscar for it.
Probably.
But he was excellent.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Okay, so we got
interesting tangent.
Yeah.
George Kennedy.
Yeah, well, they're kind of superhero-y type thing.
I like him in the Police Squad with Leslie Nielsen.
Yes, he's great.
Yeah.
So
I never saw a George Kennedy movie I didn't like.
Trying to think. I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been in some stinkers. Oh, so Clark is there during this, and they ask him for some champagne. He says, no. Do you have any root beer?
Oh, man.
And then our favorite supervillain, Bizarro, shows up. Okay, he's a supervillain, but he's not villainous.
No, he's just a super dolt.
Yeah.
But
he is a supervillain because he causes mayhem.
But there have been stories where he did try to destroy Superman.
Right.
Or whatever. But it's on his twisted, like, super retard, mind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's an excellent creature to be the pawn of another villain.
Yeah. Most of our supervillains are not super. Dr. Doom's not super. He's very smart. He's got a...
Well, he's created ways for him to have... Yeah. He doesn't have superpowers, you're right.
Yeah. Lex Luthor's same.
But he's a master of science and sorcery.
Right.
So, he is real powerful.
Is he master? I don't know about the sorcery part.
Yeah, I got this great graphic novel I should lend you. It's not long, and it's Dr. Doom and Dr. Strange. I think it's Triumph and Torment or something like that.
Huh.
It's really great. Roger Stern wrote it, and Mike Mignola, who created Hellboy, drew it. Mm-hmm. And it's Dr. Doom getting Dr. Strange to help him beat Mephisto so he can get his mother's soul back.
Oh.
And in it, Dr. Doom, there's kind of a competition between all the sorcerers on Earth or whatever to confirm that Dr. Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme. Mm-hmm. And Dr. Doom is in the competition and holds his own. He is second only to Dr. Strange.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I would think sorcery is a superpower. I'll grant you that.
But here's the thing. It's casting spells, knowing the right incantations and gestures to make. It's not
It's
like
educated.
It's not like you have. It's education. You're right. It's not like you have the magic in you.
Oh,
You
really?
know? Yeah. It's not like Doctor Strange is just full of magic.
Oh,
You know?
okay. Oh, well, I knew he wasn't a muggle, but it's just, you know, are you pre-proposed to do magic or something like that? I don't know.
These are things that are undefined.
Yeah, I guess
At least in my experience.
And
So I don't know.
complicated. Okay, but we have a Twinkie alert.
Oh,
Wonder Woman versus the Cheetah.
but it's not the cheetah that she would always fight in her comics. It's just another gal calling the cheetah who is cat themed.
Yeah, and it's great. You see Wonder Woman giving a 1-2 punch to these big cats, like
like jaguars and stuff. And then one of them's carrying like a picnic basket in its mouth,
full of
Hostess cupcakes.
Which of course distracts Cheetah, and she must tell the truth. Wonder Woman, they were delicious.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman puts the golden lasso around her, and she has to tell the truth.
I know that. I like that.
So anyway, Bizarro shows up and bursts into the plane. We have this great house ad. A season's greetings from DC Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And we see many of our groovy super pals.
Black Canary, Green Arrow, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, and
Plastic Man.
Plastic Man, which is he that big? I don't know.
You know, Plastic Man was a big character in the Golden Age, and in the Bronze Age, they tried. It's Silver or Bronze Age that DC kind of tried to revive him, but I mean they did. But it's kind of like Plastic Man's okay, but I don't want to read solo Plastic Man stories, you know. And if I don't want to read solo stories from you, you're not that good.
I like the original ones.
Oh, the Jack Cold ones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are amazing. But the other stuff is just kind of like goofy and it doesn't work. He works really fun in an ensemble cast, like having him team up in The Brave and the Bold with Batman, because Batman's so serious and this guy's a cartoon, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, these I think they're having special holiday stories in Batman, The Brave and the Bold with Plastic Man. Okay, Superman, Batman, the Green Lantern.
Green Arrow.
Yay. Okay.
Okay,
so there's pandemonium on the plane, and the oxygen's getting sucked out.
Yeah, and of course Lois is sucked outside.
right out the big hole that Bizarro came in.
Superman. Okay, Clark as Superman. Clark goes out, and he does this funny thing of what's it called? It's
he saves her, but he keeps doing this quick change in
image retention. Yeah, so he's Superman, then he's Clark, and so he does it quick enough so people will see Clark.
Yeah, but he's
flying out.
Yeah, so he's changing his clothes at such a rapid pace. That's so silly, though. But okay,
that's probably. I wonder why they don't use it more often.
Yeah. So Superman, Bizarro was talking to Lana on the plane. Yeah. Right here.
Yeah.
And then Superman just shows up and punches Bizarro out the plane, and then seals it up, welds the plane back shut, and cools it up with his super breath.
No, he sucks in the carbon dioxide and blows out oxygen.
Oh, okay.
When Bizarro gets sent out, he goes, oh. What in the world's that about?
Looks like he's laughing almost.
Or something, I don't know.
Think about it. The O is ho backwards.
Yeah.
So then he's getting punched, and he looks like he's got a smile on his face.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's Bizarro stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Superman pretends that Clark is hidden in
the airplane's bathroom.
Yeah, and he blocks it off.
Yeah.
And he has a conversation with himself, proving that Clark and Superman are not the same.
Right.
Alright, so they get into a fight.
Oh, Superman and Bizarro?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure it wasn't Superman and Lana.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of a flashback about Bizarro's origin. He was an imperfect duplicate created out of unliving matter.
Mm-hmm.
From Professor What's-This' duplicate array.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that his vision is okay. Alright, his
Instead of heat vision, he has
cold vision.
Cold vision. Instead of freeze breath, he has fire breath.
Yeah. So it's all backwards.
Yeah. There are even stories where Bizarro flies backwards.
Oh.
I'm glad that didn't last because that's just goofy.
Oh, look, they're advertising the Superman movie.
Yeah.
Which is a fine movie.
Yeah, it is.
Except for that stupid Lois Lane poem. Ugh, what were they thinking?
I don't know, but...
Oh, and you get kryptonite. Man!
You remember the kryptonite rocks? It was part of the 70s, like a pet rock thing.
Yeah.
The kryptonite rocks was just rocks put with green luminescent paint on it, put in a little box that says kryptonite rocks.
I would be
and
satisfied with
it.
that.
And they sold it.
$5 some of that in our money, but yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're fighting, and alright, instead of X-ray vision, he has microscopic vision. Well, Superman has microscopic vision, but Bizarro's microscopic vision makes things go smaller.
Yeah, that's weird. So he has shrink vision.
Yeah, which is useful. And Superman tries to hit him with a tree. His Bizarro's microvision shrinks it down, so Superman comes from behind. Bizarro has eyes in the back of his head. He has backwards vision.
Right. Here's the thing. Bizarro's set of superpowers would be... He could be an amazing villain if he wasn't mentally retarded.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. He's just different, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, so we get time travel. Bizarro knocks Superman back in the past.
The demon of Down syndrome. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So anyway.
So a bunch of back and forth going into the future, and it gets kind of complicated.
Yeah, but you know, Superman can always break the time barrier and just go back to where he was. So.
Right.
Because he's Superman, man. So.
Yeah. Rips off the wings of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bizarro explains to Superman why he's here, because his friends are going to die. So Superman hears, so he makes dummies of Lois and Lana, and he puts, I think it's wood behind them, because he can't see through wood or lead.
No, but Bizarro can only see through lead.
Oh.
That's the only thing he can see through. So he puts a lead shield up.
Behind it.
Yeah.
So they can't see inside to see the living ones.
Right.
Alright. He puts it in the plane, looks like a sardine can.
Right. But anyway, it's a trick to think let Bizarro think that they had died, and so he had completed his mission.
Mm-hmm.
And because he had come to kill his friends.
Yeah.
Me do you big favor, Superman.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God.
What?
We have a ad. I didn't see this before.
House ad.
A house ad for Scalp Hunter, and it's a Scalp Hunter and President Lincoln in a arm wrestling contest.
Yeah.
I gotta read that.
Yeah, Scalp Hunter is one of those Western titles that DC had in the 70s. I haven't really read it. Of course, there's also in the same ad we got Jonah Hex, and definitely read some of those. Jonah Hex is cool.
Never read it, but I didn't see the movie either.
I haven't seen the movie either. I heard it's bad.
Yeah,
but I'll see it sometime. But when we switch over to doing the Showcase Presents volumes and stuff, maybe we'll do Jonah Hex.
Yeah,
because you love westerns.
Yeah. Western comics is not one of my favorite genres. I like Western movies.
Right.
Because it's a tabula rasa. You can do anything you want to with them, and
sure,
no one's going to get offended. Oh, you can get offended, but you can have villainous ranchers, and the ranchers don't care.
Right.
All right. So, Superman tells Lois he loves her, and he gives her a big kiss. Lana sees it and is sad.
And that's quite a way to end an issue.
Yeah, it is.
And it was a fun, nice one-and-done story.
Yeah.
And Bizarro was loads of fun.
I love me some Bizarro.
Yeah. Wait till we get to see some Jimmy and Bizarro stories coming up very soon.
Yow.
I won't tell you when, but real soon.
Oh, yeah. Bizarro and Mix and Lex Luthor are my favorites.
Yeah. Well, there's some Jimmy and Mix Pidlick stories we got coming up, too.
Yeah. That's going to be great. That's going to be...
just a few weeks.
I think my head will explode.
Just a few weeks, Jeff.
Oh, shut up. You drive me crazy. Okay.
So the next issue we got to talk about is Superman number 336, and the story is called "A Rose by Any Other Name."
Now, still stink. No. No, it's not bad. It's
no. Len Wein wrote this story, and it was penciled by Kurt Swan and inked by Frank Chiaramonte. I think Len Wein created the Rose and the Thorn, and she debuted in Lois Lane's series, I think, in the sometime in the 70s. And the deal with the Rose and the Thorn is Rose is this nice, quiet girl, but she has like a multiple personality, and then she becomes the Thorn, who is this brutal female crime fighter, vigilante type,
out for revenge.
Yeah. So she's making a guest appearance in Superman, but really this issue is more about her than Superman.
Yeah.
So
it's not a bad guest appearance.
No, it's pretty good.
I mean, it's not too little, not too much. It's pretty good.
Really, I think what it is she had a backup feature in Lois Lane, and I think that series ended, and having the Thorn have a guest appearance in one of DC's top-selling books, Superman, is a good backdoor tryout. Do people love this issue, want to see more of her? Maybe she'll get her own book, or maybe she'll get another backup feature. So that's kind of how these things work.
Right. Okay, we come upon two crooks, and here comes Thorn. She kicks their butts. And
their groins.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if she does that.
That's probably implied. But she leaves, and the cops want to talk to her, but one of the guys says, "You'd have an easier time catching a cold than to catch the Thorn," which is really lame.
That is lame because, it's easy to catch a cold, actually.
Yeah.
It's not, if you wanted one, it's not hard. But
okay, so she goes back. She's tired. She goes back, goes to bed, and she wakes up. She has this nightmare. Rose, this pretty little girl. Thorn has long brown hair. Rose has short blonde hair.
Right.
And she gets up and she undresses, and we see her naked body in silhouette. I was surprised.
It happens.
I'm not offended. I'm just surprised.
In a lot of in the 70s, you saw a lot of this of the Black Widow in her run in Daredevil. It seems like every issue they find a way to do that. Or when she had her own backup in Amazing Adventures, we'll have an issue of that.
Well, I hardly approve.
Heartily?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But there's ways to do that, and it's tastefully done.
Yeah, so. And I think it is. It's actually well done. Yeah. So she goes to the doctor, and I guess she's lucky because she finds a doctor who knows that she's the Thorn. I don't know how he found out.
I think he loves her and stuff.
Yeah.
He's her psychiatrist, I thought.
Yeah.
But back to the undressing thing, though. I think when you do that with a superheroine, I think it's and of course they do it in shadow and whatever, but it's a way to show a vulnerability and layer them as a character. Rather than them just being the female version of this or that hero.
Yeah.
And it's something, obviously, you don't really do with male characters.
You do, but the thing you do with male characters is have them take a shower.
Right. But it's more underplayed. This, you kind of do this because, I don't know...
it's more sexy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a girl. I don't know if watching men take showers is cool or not, or arousing or whatever.
Right, and I don't think this is even arousing or intended to be. But it's
it would be arousing to somebody in the mid-70s with no internet, very few Playboys. It's for a 13-year-old kid without access to pornography, this would be something.
This is an interesting little rabbit hole we've gotten into. Let's
keep digging. No.
All
right, so we get so he knows who Thorn is.
And this is a Code era comic, so I'm just gonna say no to that. But anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know how the doctor knows about this, but he hypnotizes her, and I guess this is how he finds out about Thorn. All right, so we find out that Rose's father was killed by the crime cartel called the 100.
Oh yeah, the 100, and they you'll see them a lot. especially in relation to Black Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
They're his main foes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will have a couple issues of Black Lightning.
Okay, I haven't read him. I heard about him.
He's cool.
Okay.
And I think the Batman and the Outsiders had some fights with the 100 also, if I'm not mistaken.
It'd be nice to see a compendium of all the evil
organizations in comics.
Probably about 10,000 of them, I bet.
Well, I don't know that many, but there's quite a few. I mean, just think of DC has got, in stuff we've been recently, there's Skull, there's Cobra, there's Intergang, there's the 100 now. That's 4 right there. Mm-hmm. And over at Marvel, you got Hydra and AIM and the Secret Empire,
right.
And I'm sure there's a couple others I'm forgetting.
Fantastic Four.
What?
All right.
The Hand. Yeah. The Ninjas. Mm-hmm. The Hand. So there's a bunch.
Oh, and Fu Manchu's bunch. I don't know.
I don't know if that organization has a name. Oh, and back to DC, there's Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a lot.
Okay.
But secret societies and evil organizations are neat.
Yes, they are. I want to join one, but they won't have me. Okay, so the Doctor...
Jeff Barnhart, Hydra's janitor.
Yes, that'd be cool. Just don't give me the Cobra Commanders or whoever... Who's in charge of Hydra? It's Red Skull, right?
I think he was at one point, but I think...
whatever. I don't want to be near... Yeah.
Right.
You have not dusted correctly. Kill him. Oh, man. Bummer.
Okay.
All right, so the Doctor has intentions towards a young lady. He's in love with her. So
yay, love is nice.
Yeah, he invents this necklace, and that will has cybernetic mechanism that will destroy the Thorn, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
And which is kind of odd. It's sort of.
Well, the Thorn is doing good, but it's the Thorn is also kind of ruining Rose's life and putting Rose in terrible danger. She could die.
Yeah, but he makes this pretty necklace. Oh, I'm a doctor. Wear this pretty necklace and it'll cure you. It should be. Medicine should taste bad, and medicine should look ugly. So if you make it look pretty and make it taste good, it loses some of the effect.
Incidentally, his name is Dr. Quackenstein.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
But
okay, so she agrees to wear the necklace, which looks okay, by the way. So Superman is fixing the transatlantic cable because of a underwater earthquake. And you think Namor would be there making a complaint.
Or Aquaman.
Yeah. Yeah. What would happen if DC and Marvel merged? Would they merge their worlds?
Had a real merger?
Yeah.
I think what we would see is...
lots of more crossovers.
Well, yes, we would. But here's the thing. It would be like the pre-crisis multiverse. Because in the current incarnation of DC, there's a multiverse again. Mm-hmm. And Marvel essentially has alluded that they have one too, but they just mainly stick to their main world, which is the 616. Mm-hmm. But I
had no idea.
Well, it has a name. They've given that a designation. But anyway, Earth 616. But anyway, the classic Silver and Bronze Age Justice Society and Justice League team ups, at Earth 1 and Earth 2. Mm-hmm. I think we would have, the Avengers, will occupy Earth 616. We would have various crises where these heroes would meet. Yeah, but if Marvel took over DC Comics or something, we would have connectivity but separation. They would maintain a thing. You wouldn't have Batman and the Avengers.
Yeah.
So
you wouldn't?
No, but you would have them team up. You would have those adventures, but he would not have those heroes join the Avengers or.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said and the Avengers, but in the Avengers.
Yeah. You wouldn't have Captain America join the Justice League. You just wouldn't.
Yeah, I would like. It'd be kind of cool for 1 year they would merge and just put other characters together, and it'd be kind of fun. And then we get it all over with, and so that didn't work.
Right.
But
or if they had an ongoing thing, like anthology book that they co-published, where every
Yeah.
month those heroes were meeting
I've
and
always
having adventures.
enjoyed the crossovers. All right, so they were fun.
There are quite a few Marvel and DC crossovers, and a lot of them are good and fun, and a lot of them are not so good.
Well, you got Sturgeon's Law going there, but I don't know. I didn't read any that I didn't particularly like, but I hadn't read them all.
Right, and I haven't read them all either. There's some ones that I really do want to do, like the Galactus and Darkseid one. And the Batman Captain America one. John Byrne did both of those, and he wrote and drew them, and I think they're probably pretty wonderful.
Okay.
They're like on my top list of like those that I need to read.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But Superman finally shows up again. Oh, no, Clark does. Oh, that's right. Superman shown up. He fixed the transatlantic cable. It came back. And Perry White, yay! He is angry at a lousy article he wrote. And Clark says, he says to himself, yeah, I kind of did that too quickly. I should have worked harder on it. But then Clark gets mad, and it's kind of cool.
Oh, I love this scene, actually. He just says, listen, I've done plenty of great work here. You're not going to talk to me that way. I can't remember what he says, but he really sticks it to Perry.
Yeah. Anytime you want my resignation, mister, all you have to do is ask for it. And Perry going, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But, so Superman's kind of worried because he has worked hard and long to keep his persona of a bumbling panty waist. Yeah, and if he loses that, it's people going to know that. Right,
but I think Clark in that argument he did have a point. Like he had, Perry's going to really give him a bunch of guff for like this story wasn't so great when he'd given him all these prize-winning stories before.
Yeah. But that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Well,
you're only as good as your last story. That kind of thing.
No, it's irrelevant to what Clark doesn't write articles to get awards and money. He writes them to
keep up this pretend persona. Because Clark Kent, at least in the Daily Planet context, he is an invention that is someone that Superman made up to pretend to be,
and it helps him find bad doers.
Right.
And
but it seems kind of roundabout and elaborate, He does have super hearing. He could hear about crimes all over the place anyway, because he doesn't need money or anything.
The thing is, I think at the very beginning he did not.
Yeah.
And this little pretense, one, makes him have interesting friends that he has to rescue all the time.
True.
And
I think his friends in the Justice League are even more interesting.
But then.
But I like Jimmy and Lois.
I love Jimmy, this old Jimmy,
which we're gonna
goofball Jimmy.
We're going to see that stuff again very soon. Couple weeks.
Yeah, and I like Perry White. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Well, Clark walks out and he sees this baby in trouble, and a truck is going toward him. So he doesn't know what to do. So he comes out and he stops the truck with his hands, and he says, "Uh-oh." Now everybody's seen Clark Kent stop a truck.
Right.
So he melts the asphalt and says, "Oh, I'm lucky this asphalt hadn't dried yet."
Oh, man.
All right, so I don't think I saw. Have you seen this Twinkie alert?
No, I don't think so.
Someone has kidnapped great chefs at Gotham City. There's this gourmand who has kidnapped all the great chefs.
Yeah, wonderful little doorbell interruption there.
Well, our bunker underneath Mount Tabor is constantly bombarded by Jehovah's Witnesses and the like.
Right, it's terrible. So anyway, this Twinkie alert, Commissioner Gordon gives Batman a call on the bat phone to help rescue these kidnapped chefs. Is that it?
Oh yeah, and this gourmand wants great food, and instead of money, they send him Hostess cupcakes, and he's really happy about it. Which no gourmands had ever. I mean, it's probably a guilty pleasure for some hoity-toity guy, but I doubt it though.
Yeah. But again, it's a Twinkie alert, so it's funny. Nice big house ad for Jonah Hex and a Weird Western Tale starring Scalp Hunter.
Yeah, yeah.
Really cool.
Oh, does Jonah have a bunt line, which is just a long barrel Colt? But
I think maybe.
looks that way. All right. So, so Superman said, "Well, why did I go get angry and all that stuff? Because is this Perry White?" So he's worried. So, and he kind of was clumsy about the truck, so he's worried about that.
Remind me again of the truck.
Oh, the truck was coming down, hitting the baby.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man, it was a long.
There's a lot of crap going on in this story.
Yeah.
So.
And okay, so he hears a buzz and says, "What is this buzz?" So he goes and he sees Rose, and he says, "Oh, let me see that necklace," and he takes it with him, and then he gets attacked by a water tower, smashed on him, and it's Thorn, and Thorn jumps on a
steel girder,
and
I-beam, and it hits Superman right in the jaw.
Yeah,
which is, under the chin.
Right.
So why is she attacking Superman again?
Because
by stealing the necklace, he's threatening her existence, right?
Exactly. But I'm not sure of why. But the necklace was there to stop the existence, so I don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, we have I have read this. It's a house ad about Superman and Sergeant Rock.
Didn't we read that on the show?
I think we did.
Yeah. I mean, I know I've read that story.
It's a cool cover.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, DC Comics presents Superman and Sergeant Rock. DC Comics presents, that's a fun team-up book.
Yeah.
I remember one of my first comic books I ever had was, I can't remember what number it is, but it's DC Comics presents, and it's Superman and the Freedom Fighters, Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved that comic so much. And yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Thorn steals the necklace from Superman, and then here comes, and then Superman finds her, of course.
Yeah.
So she throws thorns at him. I don't know that was one of her things she could do.
I guess it's not like she makes them out of something, but she probably has them in a pouch or something.
Yeah.
But of course, they don't do anything to Superman.
Oh, then it's the sidecar bandits show up while they're fighting, and
the sidecar bandits were a group that she was trying to track down.
And Superman.
Yeah.
How hard is it to find motorcycle sidecars? I think I've seen 5 in my life.
It's a comic book.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Okay. So, yeah, that ends that discussion.
Sorry.
I didn't have much more to say.
Okay.
So they beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I love Superman catches him by throwing tires around him. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well. Well, it was fun while it lasted, one of them says. And, let's see. Gosh. Alright, so
it's kind of the epilogue.
Yeah. It's, the problem is the necklace is destroyed.
Oh, right.
So they go back, and Superman does not know that the thorn is a rose. He kind of suspects, that's... Okay, are you telling me that someone with super...
well, then why would he take the necklace in the first place? Oh, wait. If he knew she was the thorn, he wouldn't have taken it. Okay. I don't remember why he took it in the first place, though.
But the thing is, he has supervision. Can he not tell if somebody has a wig on?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
But he would have to think to look. Right?
Yeah. So I guess he's not that bright. I don't know.
Yes. So let's talk about this next issue here. It's Superman number 351, and the lead story, because we do have a fun backup story.
Yes.
The lead story is called The Fiend with 9 Faces, written by Jerry Conway, penciled by Kurt Swan, and inked by Frank Chiaramonte. Now, normally I really like Jerry Conway written stuff, but this story was pretty ho-hum for me.
Yeah,
and weird.
Yeah. This Fiend looks like the monster from Forbidden Planet.
It does.
And that is not a compliment. So
okay.
It's energy type creature. Superman's fighting it, but then he he knows he can't fight it in the town, so he scoots off.
And here's the weird thing: why it's called the Fiend with 9 Faces, and what's the connection?
Okay. So,
all these people he went to college with, including Clark, were connected to this experiment by this professor. Who cares?
Tolkien.
Professor Tolkien. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, and so they're connected to and part of this monster. So he can't just kill it like a regular thing because he could hurt them, right?
Well, no. They can get together and they're drawing more and more energy and going to destroy the world.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of important. But it is stupid. And what a coincidence. Clark Kent was one of the 10 students chosen, and Clark didn't show up because Superman cannot be hypnotized.
Right.
I did not know that, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and that's a good thing. He can't be hypnotized, but he could pretend to be hypnotized, see?
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah. Tolkien looks like it's a real person. You know how they draw real people in comics?
He also kind of looks like the Toy Man in a suit. Mm-hmm. The original Toy Man.
Yeah. Lana Lang's there, and she's talking about him. And he's got this matter transformer that turns a water fountain into a filing cabinet, which is what the world needs right now. So.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh.
It's file cabinets. It's the only thing. There's just too little of.
What?
You're really missing my joke here. Remember that Burt Bacharach song, What the World Needs
Now?
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Gosh.
I'm sorry. Okay, so it goes to Aurora Borealis and messes up with the power.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, we got a Twinkie alert. Which Twinkies?
Yeah.
It's Batgirl, a matter of good taste. The darling of the darkness. I never heard her called that.
I haven't either.
With Jet Set Jessie, jewel thief extraordinaire. Oh, man.
Jet Set Jessie looks like she could be Crazy Quilt's daughter.
Yeah. Okay. She's defeated with the power of Twinkies. Yeah.
Who needs a utility belt when you've got pocket money to go to the convenience store?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Exactly. Superman freezes himself in the Fortress of Solitude.
Okay.
All right. The 9 fiends. Okay, these kids are getting together and, well, they're not kids anymore. They're graduated adults. And they're becoming this monster. Mm-hmm. They create a castle because they're trying to defend themselves subconsciously, and Superman has trouble getting to the castle. That was kind of cool.
The coolest part of the story is the stuff that their collective minds invented to kind of keep Superman out or away.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work, but this was the imagination part that was really neat. The best part of the story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is so convoluted and complicated. Normally, I don't complain about this stuff, but man,
yeah,
this story was lame.
This is kind of Superman makes a. He only has 3,000 of a second to act, so he makes a mirror because the energy is coming out of the group or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and it bounces back, and then it saves the day. Then he kisses Lois. Lois is mad because she was late. He was late.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Bah.
All right. Now, here comes... This should have been the first story.
The lead story, you think?
Hell yeah.
Okay, and you'll know exactly why as soon as I give the title. It's Mr. Mxyzptlk's Circus Caper. Written by Denny O'Neil. With art by Jose Luis Garcia-Lopez. So, nice, excellent creative team here. And, hey, it's Superman and a Mxyzptlk story. Another circus thing. Remember we were talking about, last week, circuses and carnivals? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So many things happen in comics at these places.
I wonder if we ought to start themes, common themes we see, but I don't know.
We used to do that when you and I first started.
Oh, you used to have a theme for... I'm not saying... Yeah, collect all the themes we see. Oh, here's the circus theme again, and here's the amusement ride, or
Yeah.
So, this is differently drawn than I'm used to, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well drawn. Mix shows up, and he messes around with this circus are trying to come to town, and he turns their tires square, which destroys the road, which is weird because it's still rubber. Maybe he makes them just square stone or something like that.
Who knows?
So they're stopped.
Remember, there's magic and stuff involved, so don't expect logic.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess these orphans, another theme, is waiting around for the circus. So they look like they're being late. There's one who's Juan, who's Hispanic, and he's messing around with his tape recorder, and the other kids don't like him because it's kind of standoffish.
Yeah.
He's trying to learn English, as we learn, but he's being picked on.
Sure.
Superman hears that the circus is having trouble, so he goes to see them. And the police come by and say, hey, they tore up their road with their square tires. So the judge is out of town, so they have to stay here, and which is one of the oddest things ever.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
Like, are they being arrested, or they can't leave? Or, I don't know. So Superman takes the circus, and he produces. Well, here comes Mix, though. Oh, one thing. Look at what Mix says. He says Kazart.
I have never heard him use a magic word. He just makes stuff happen.
But you know where that's from, don't you?
No.
It's from Hunter S. Thompson.
Is it?
Yes, he is the inventor of the word Kazart, which means, holy crap, I should have known.
So, really? I did not know that. I've only really read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and that didn't come up in that. So
I'm not sure what it was in.
There's the one where it's the Nixon campaign.
I was interested in that because I'm poli-sci major. That's good. Great White Shark Hunt's good. After that, the quality goes down as I think his brain cells leave.
Yeah, well, doing that many drugs, it definitely affects you.
Yeah.
I want to read that on the campaign, Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail, and I want to read the Hell's Angels one, but
that one is excellent. It's it's his most square one, but it's really cool.
But I mean, the most square for Hunter S. Thompson, it's probably it probably makes Vonnegut look square.
I lent a new copy to a buddy of mine who lent it to another guy, and it was gone for about 8 months, and it came back all dilapidated and all that, and dog-eared, and he said that was the only book he'd ever read, that guy did. So I said,
ever?
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess for pleasure. I guess he had to read something for school, but maybe not.
Well, yeah, that's kind of, doesn't that just kind of gross you out when you meet people who don't read for pleasure?
It doesn't gross me out, it just makes me sad, but
yeah.
It took me a long time to realize that somebody doesn't like what I like, that doesn't make them evil or with bad taste.
Well, I don't
it just makes them different.
But I just think, like, people who say, I hate reading, I'm just like, ugh. I don't care what you read, but, like, read.
Right. I don't know. I think school may do it. What they choose
because they make it a chore, and it's not.
And they don't choose the correct books. Maybe sometimes I don't know. That's my theory. All right, so Mix goes hee 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 hee.
Mr. Mix is piddling.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Superman borrows the circus, and he changes into clothes. He's a ringmaster. He's in
the trapeze, the walking the high wire, that kind of junk.
And Mix tries to mess him up by making his high wire disappear, but Superman just
floats because he's Superman.
Right. And then he goes and he Mix goes to the little kids and starts saying, "I'm Mix Pidlick and I'll do what I want to."
And he turns the kids' cotton candy into worms, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because this is Jerkwad Kid, too.
Right.
The one that was picking on Juan.
Right. Who is recording Mix.
Yeah. Oh, right. Because Juan is a tape recorder, right. Now, it's obviously because he's wanting to play back and try to understand context and trying to learn English.
Right.
So, good for you, Juan.
Yeah.
You go-getter.
Superman is with the lions, and he sticks his head in the lion's mouth, and the lion bites. And there's a wonderful little picture of a lion. Looks like he lost all his teeth.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right,
So Mxyzptlk makes circus animals extra big and mean and to fight Superman, but Superman makes short work of them.
Yeah. So here comes Mix again in Superman, and then Juan plays. Juan gives Superman his tape recorder, and Superman plays it backwards, and Mix disappears.
Because he had said, I'm Mr. Mxyzptlk, I do what I want. So we got him to say his name backwards by playing it backwards.
If that worked, all they had to do is have a recording, so when it comes up, click, and he's disappeared again.
Right.
So that's kind of...
But it's weird because yeah. Or why couldn't Superman say his name backwards with super ventriloquism or something and make him go away?
Yeah. Well,
you would think it's this to me doesn't work because you have to trick him into saying it backwards, and by just playing the recording backwards, that's not it.
That'd be fairly easy. I'd have something playing it backwards
all the time.
Yeah, right.
Like, let's keep the imp from the fifth dimension out of here permanently.
Yeah. But you got to do something, and they probably couldn't think of anything.
Right. So,
yeah.
That's enough.
Juan saves the day, and now he is popular.
Yeah.
Yay. But okay. It was a nice story. I love me some Mix. So.
Yeah. I do enjoy him. He's fun. So the next comic we've got to talk about, it's Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, number 7, and this is from Dell Comics. Tom Corbett, Space Cadet was a television show in about 1,000 years ago, and it had, I think, a few issues at either Prize or Fawcett Comics before Dell picked up the series and continued the numbering for a little while. But it was a popular, I think, radio and television program.
Yeah, I wonder if it was a movie serial. I don't know.
I don't think it was a serial, but there was.
Man, television. It looks like it could have been a serial. The way they're dressed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad. I enjoyed this.
Did you? I kind of liked it too. It wasn't great, but
I didn't see where it was going to, and I was kind of surprised where it went. And we got. Okay.
Let me give the credits. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The story, this issue is called The Space Trader, and there's no credit on the writing, so it could have been anybody. Maybe Gaylord Dubois or Paul S. Newman, but that's just a guess. An art by John Letty, who I'm unfamiliar with. So.
Okay. So we have, what's his name? Tom
Corbett.
Tom Corbett. He's
a space cadet.
He's our hero.
And there's two or three other pals who are in the space
two pals, and one of them is a regular guy. The other one is Roger, and he is the Eddie Haskell of the future.
Yes, he is. Man,
I enjoyed him. So,
yeah.
And he's really good radio or radar guy, but he's a smart mouth and complainer and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, that was very good, Eddie Haskell. Very nice.
Yeah, which is one of my favorite characters of all time in all literature.
My mother. I had a friend, a guy I used to hang out with years ago, and my mom did not like this kid. She just she's like, it's Eddie Haskell. It's Eddie Haskell.
Yeah,
that's what she called him.
Mm-hmm.
This was a guy who was my roommate at one time.
Oh.
So funny.
Cool.
But I can never... every time I see this guy, because I see him every once in a while, I'm like, I think of that.
Yeah. Was she right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Not to...
Moms know.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to have this space war game.
Uh-huh.
And they're getting a captain who's a senior at the Space Academy. Mm-hmm. Tom likes him. Of course, Roger is a jerk about it.
Yeah.
And so they're out checking things. Oh, they find the enemy. Which are not the enemy. For a minute, I thought, did they really get attacked? But no.
No, it's just when they play. What is it when they call? They're on maneuvers.
Yeah. War game maneuvers.
Yeah.
So the captain, who is the senior, he doesn't like him, but Tom says he's always griping, but he's a good guy. So that's his job.
Well, I like how Tom is just ready to stand up for everybody.
Right.
You know.
He's just a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Literally, you know. So at the end,
That's how they make all these space heroes. All these Cold War heroes, they're so straight, and they're like Mr. Good Guy all the time.
Not all heroes.
But it's about... You know what I mean, especially of this type of story, though.
Yeah, well, Superman's kind of straight. And so, you know...
I'm not bagging on it. I'm just making this the observation of that's how this is.
Well, if you acted like this in real life, you'd be a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
And people would like to know you.
Mm-hmm.
So...
do you know Dell Comics didn't carry the comics code because they didn't need to? One, because they were at one point, they were the powerhouse in the comic book industry. They outsold everybody, and
because they had Disney, right?
Yeah. They had the Disney license, and it was huge.
Mm-hmm.
But their whole thing from the get-go was producing wholesome material, and they were such a publishing giant that they didn't have any distribution problems or anything like that. Mm-hmm. They didn't have to play any political games. They could just do their thing.
Right.
But a lot of times Dell Comics are kind of bland comics.
Yeah.
But
nothing racy goes on here.
No.
Okay, so they discover the enemy fleet, which is a fake fleet, but and they win the game. So they get sent to a prison planet, and Roger's ticked off. And I'm not sure why they're sent to the prison planet.
Yeah, I didn't really catch that. People get all kinds of assignments.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, so they go there.
But the captain's brother, Bob, is there.
Right.
And he talks to the captain and says, "Hey, I'm really innocent, so let me ride along in your spaceship." And
I'll stow away. And
so the captain, Bob, does that, and he brings his buddies.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they take over the ship, and they go to the outlaw land, which is kind of cool.
I love that this is just an outlaw planet.
Yeah. And I love the clothes have arrows in it, which are similar to the arrows in England they used to wear.
Oh, really?
It wasn't stripes, it was arrows.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it's red and black, which is kind of cool. So, the captain is kicked out of the service.
Mm-hmm.
But so he says, "I'm going to go to the outlaw thing and talk to my brother." The other guys try to stop him, but he won't listen.
Right.
So, Tom and his buddies get up with the commander and say, "Hey, let's go save him because he's going to get himself hurt." So they go off and chase him. So they're going to meet at the outlaw planet before he comes because they're in a super fast spaceship and he's on a freighter.
Uh-huh.
And meet him at the bar. So we see the scumbags and all that. And man, the way they do walking is kind of fey or something. Oh,
fey?
Yeah, or something. I don't know.
I don't know what that term means.
I don't know. Unmasculine, maybe.
Oh, got it.
It's or something. I don't know. It's just.
I catch your drift now.
Yeah.
Light in the loafers? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, something, but not even that. It's like. Actually, fey means fairy-like.
Oh, okay.
As in fairies that fly around.
Oh.
And that kind of what made me think of it. It's kind of odd.
Okay.
I don't think that looked right on a woman. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. It just the picture of him walking is wrong.
Okay.
And my spidey sense. That's what it's
Okay.
Okay. So. The ex-captain comes and he meets with his brother and says, "Hey, I want to join up with you." So, and hey, we want to get this cruise ship. So Tom says, "Okay, we'll go to the cruise ship and we'll wait for them there."
Now wait. Now didn't Bob get kicked out of Space Cadets, or he?
Yeah, they got kicked out.
Yeah.
And
because they got caught with that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, he didn't get caught. He told them he did it.
Okay, that's right.
So they get captured because they were looking for the people, the bad guys and the passengers. They came in as a crew. Duh. And they get captured. The cruise ship's taken over. They overhear Okay. The ex-captain comes and he talks to Tom and says, "Really, I'm trying to catch these guys, and the bad guys over here, and there's a huge fight."
Mm-hmm.
The ex-captain's brother says, "Don't kill them," and the other people say, "We're going to kill you for bringing them on here."
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what happens. So
yeah, because at this point, Dell had a habit of the story continued in the inside back cover and the very back cover. They didn't have advertisement space there. They continued the story there, and this happens to be a coverless comic. So we're missing that part.
yeah,
But I bet the good guys win or whatever.
really? Okay.
You think so? I don't know. It's about that for that episode.
Mm-hmm. It's a perverse parody of Earth.
Oh, Bizarro World.